Have you ever cut ties with your own twin? My sister Simone and I used to finish each other's sentences. We had that weird twin thing where we'd show up wearing the same color without planning it. People thought it was cute. I thought we'd be close forever. We grew up at our grandparents' place after our parents died in a crash when we were 7. Grandpa Roy raised us. He was the type who'd make pancakes every Sunday and let us stay up late watching old game shows. He always told us we were equals. When he turned 70, he sat us both down at the kitchen table and said, "When I'm gone, you girls split everything 50-50. That's final." I moved to Portland when I was 26, got married, had 2 kids. Life got busy. I called Grandpa twice a week, visited every few months. It wasn't perfect, but I tried. Simone stayed local. She lived 20 minutes from him and helped with groceries and doctor appointments. When Grandpa died last March, I flew in the next day. The funeral was small. Simone barely looked at me. I figured she was just grieving. Then came the will reading. The lawyer, this older guy named Mr. Hoffman, opened the folder and started reading. House to Simone, savings to Simone, the pension he'd been collecting, all Simone. I sat there like I'd been slapped. Wait, what about me? Hoffman looked uncomfortable. There's no provision for you in the current will, which was updated 14 months ago. I turned to Simone. She wasn't even surprised. She was staring at her hands. This has to be a mistake, I said. Grandpa always said 50-50. Simone finally looked up. Her voice was flat. He changed his mind. You weren't around. I was the one taking him to chemo appointments and cleaning his house and cooking his meals while you were busy in Portland. I called him all the time. I visited when I could. I have 2 little kids, Simone. Exactly. You chose them. I chose him. He rewarded loyalty. I felt sick. So you're just taking everything? We're twins. He raised us the same. She stood up. The will is legal. It's done. I couldn't believe it. This was my sister. We used to build pillow forts and share secrets and cry together when we missed our parents. Now she was looking at me like I was a stranger. I went back to my hotel and cried for 2 hours. Then I got mad. I started going through old emails and texts. Something felt off. I remembered a time 6 months before Grandpa died when I tried to FaceTime him and he didn't pick up. He always picked up. I texted Simone to check on him and she said he was sleeping. But it was 2 in the afternoon and he never napped. I called his neighbor, Mrs. Brennan, an old lady who used to bring him soup. She told me something that made my blood run cold. She said Simone had told her months earlier that I'd gotten too busy with my life and didn't want to be contacted about Grandpa anymore. That I'd asked Simone to handle everything. I never said that. Not once. I dug deeper. I requested Grandpa's phone records. Turns out, Simone had changed his number 8 months before he died and never told me. All my calls were going to a disconnected line. She'd been giving me excuses the whole time. Then I found the medical proxy. It was signed by me, giving Simone full authority over his healthcare decisions. Except I never signed it. I compared it to my real signature on my driver's license. It wasn't even close. She forged it. I took everything to a lawyer, not Hoffman. A younger woman named Angela Pierce who didn't mess around. She filed a contest on the will and reported the forgery to the state. The case took 9 months. Simone hired her own lawyer and fought me every step of the way. She told the judge I abandoned Grandpa. She had photos of herself with him at doctor appointments and holding his hand in the hospital. She painted me as the selfish one who only cared when money was involved. But the phone records didn't lie. Neither did the forged signature. A handwriting expert testified it wasn't mine. The judge ruled the medical proxy was fraudulent. The will was harder. Simone had been named legally, and Grandpa had signed it himself. But the judge ordered her to split the estate 40-60 because of the fraud. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. Simone texted me the day the ruling came through. "You ruined everything. You're not my sister anymore." I stared at my phone for a long time. Then I typed back, "Good. I don't want to be." I blocked her number after that. I haven't spoken to her in 3 years. I don't plan to.